Got a lot of people asking me about this muffler and a few of my upgrades. I wanted to do a better video on how and what I bought. Now this was the muffler, the $15 muffler. You can see I cut it off. I left enough that can slide up in here. Just cut it off with a hacksaw, whatever you got. And then I just cut off another, took the piece that was left, and you could cut the ears off and just have a stub to weld on here. I ground the ears and the bolt holes and I made it round and I just fit it up there. But you only need enough to slide this on and put the clamp on. Now this is the stainless diesel heater exhaust pipe, stainless steel, and it is the 60 centimeter, like 23 inches or something, on Amazon, and it's like $8. Now I can ride this bike, and after I'm ride it, I can grab a hold of this. It's so thin, dissipates heat so good that it doesn't even get hot down here by the muffler. Now I just took that strapping that's for hardware, whatever, has a bunch of holes all the way around it, and made my clamp and put it on the bolt just for extra support. But when this, and then I got my clamps, I think they're 1-inch stainless hose clamps, and it does pinch it a little bit, but it doesn't have enough leak on it to where you'd have to wrap it. Just slide it on there and tighten them up and you're good to go. Now the welding is the only thing. I took it to my friend's and he's a good welder. This metal is thin and it shouldn't cost you but $10 or something to have somebody go around this with a welder. If you just call a weld shop and take these bolts out, take the cage off, and this muffler slides off, and you cut your pieces, cut that off. You just got to leave enough to slide on, and big enough piece to slide on. Take this and this down to the weld shop. Tell them just to weld that on there for you. It shouldn't be no big deal. Bend your thing, make your bracket. This is the other thing that I had a little bit of problem with, this clamp that they sell you. It fits on here really loose. So I took the strapping that I made the extra support with, and I actually took a piece of the strapping. You can see it sticking out a little bit here because I loosened it up. And I laid that strapping around the muffler just to get it a little bit tighter on there. And I think I even put a piece in here. It's sticking out right here. So I made like a U. I stuck it on there and then put the clamp over top of it. And it's still a little bit loose. You can't get them real tight. I thought about putting big washers on here and on the middle to kind of squeeze it a little bit more, but I never did. I rode it and it didn't go nowhere, so I was happy with that. I think it's a pretty easy project. Cutting the muffler is no big deal. Hacksaw, do a little filing, get the sharp edges off, cut your other piece to fit. You don't have to grind the ears down like I did. Just cut your stub. And that's the hardest part, taking it to somebody that knows how to weld and can weld it at a low, really low temperature, because this is some thin metal. Fold it back together, slide your thing on, and you're good to go. It's a pretty easy project. E-bike, is it? ebike.net, $15 for the muffler, and I don't remember what the clamp was, $5 or something. $8 for the tube on Amazon. 60 centimeter. They got 2 of them to choose one from. I think the other one's a 80, and that would, if you put that on there, you could run your muffler clear back to here if you wanted, if you bought the long stainless pipe. This is just where it ended up for me. Maybe somebody would like to buy the longer one and run it all the way back here. That would be fine too. But you know, it's hard to get it in here without the chain or something. It just lined up better for me. And when I bought these lights, you know, I have the cheap ones on the back that cost like 12 bucks, and they are so big and bulky. I don't like them. Once you get going so fast, it blurs out. You can't tell what they are. They're made for a bicycle to go, I don't know, 12 miles an hour. You can see on my video, once I get going so fast, they just blur out. But this front one that's a double, this one don't blur out. It gets going, and it's a pretty nice one. But the clamp doesn't fit because the center is too big, so I used a piece of the strapping that I made this extra bracket out of, and I screwed it on there, which all you have to do is get a piece of wire, baling wire, and wire around and wire to the other one, and put a wire on there, because it has these zip strips that holds the ends. And if it had a piece of baling wire, that would work fine for you, because that thing was a real pain in the butt for me to try to line it up. And the other thing that I never told you guys about was I did buy a hydraulic brake for the front. You buy the whole thing. It already has the fluid in it. It's all connected. They sell you another hub, and the hub that comes with it has black screws. Them screws are junk. They got real little Allen, and it just doesn't work as good as what the old ones. So I used the old screws, Allen screws, and put my new wheel on. And I had to do this because of the high handlebars. The other cable just wasn't long enough. So I got the hydraulic, hooked it all up, and it works a lot better than that cable. So I am happy with that purchase. It gets you stopped real good, real fast. No problem. And the cable's a little longer. Gets you up there. This 9.5-inch rise on these bars. And I needed that extra cable anyhow. The muffler, I think it's an easy project if you just find somebody to weld it for you. Unless you are a good welder and have the equipment. I don't know if I'd attempt it with one of them cheap welders, but my buddy that welded mine had a nice welder that you could really adjust it on, and he is a welder and went to school, so he had no problem with it. I've got to charge my lights up today. Got this thing out. I'll run the charger on all my little lights, get them charged up and ready to go. Well, I hope that helped you out. If you guys got any questions, just send me a little message. I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.